Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So now we discussed several different things from the David Letterman segment with Caitlin Clark. Her IQ, her trash talk with Diane Taurasi, her growing up, and where she learned to play basketball from and learn how to dribble from. But I had never, ever expected Caitlin Clark to reveal when she was playing against a bunch of boys that she scored 22 points in 2 minutes. Now, some of us say, "Well, hey, that is unbelievable." Some will say that's impossible. But if you ever heard the old Daryl Hall and John O. songs, "Say It Isn't So," in this case, say it isn't so. Because the fact of the matter is, yes, Caitlin Clark has scored 22 points in 2 minutes. Now, I didn't believe it until I seen it for myself. So, hey, take a look. That's crazy. She's been making these shots ever since she was young. She's been practicing these shots ever since she was young. She was shooting like this ever since she was young. So you could say, safe to say that there has never been a young lady like her to shoot like that. We done seen some of the greatest scorers. We have seen some of the greatest 3-point specialists. Well, not from the women's standpoint, no 3-point specialists. Well, we have seen some of the ones that could shoot from three, but not like that. She literally took a 3-point shot, leaning and almost fell down. Let me explain something to y'all guys. If you don't believe it now, I don't even know what else to tell you. Besides myself and other content creators, Caitlin Clark is one hell of a remarkable woman, man. Well, I say young lady, but she's a young woman at the same time. Because I can't even make a shot like that. That's to be honest. And I used to shoot from three, but to make a shot like that, just pulling up, grabbing the ball, falling away, falling down, half court, just come across half court, launching it. That's Steph Curry type of stuff right there. But people always say, well, that's all she what's the quote that Kennedy Carter said? Well, what else does she bring to the table besides shooting threes? Well, we already seen what else she brings to the table. But can you shoot a three like that? Can you shoot it consistently like that? Now, Caitlin Clark did reveal on the Diana Taurasi show over the weekend that one of her one of her major improvements in her game is the mid range. Let me tell you how deadly a mid range shot is. When Michael Jordan was coming along, and he used to drive to the basket, he used to shoot fadeaways. But as he got older, he evolved and he started winning championships. Guess what? Guess what was in his repertoire? His mid range shot, his patent twist, back to the ball, fade away, mid range. Derek Nowitzki, mid range shot. The mid range is your best friend. Now we see a lot of, and that's something that we see Paige use a lot, a mid range shot because it's a high percentage shot. The more mid range shot, you be more efficient from the two. Your percentage goes up. Your field goal percentage goes up. Now we know Caitlin loves shooting for the logo. We know she loves shooting for the logo. But when she's not making those shots, she either driving to the basket. Now we've seen her a couple of times in the second half in games, drove and use a mid range. And I think that's something that you're gonna see more of her do, getting into the lane and using that floater in that mid range. Because guess what? People are so scared of her from behind the arc, they're not gonna suspect her to hit mid range shots. And if she start knocking them mid range shots from with a lot of efficiency, you think she's hard to deal with now, she's going to be even more harder to deal with later on because the fact of the matter is, guys, is that she's going to continue to evolve. Great players evolve all the time. Some people work on a game in the off season, some people don't work on a game. But Caitlin Clark is, you can tell she's evolving. And just to watch this clip right here to see her making that kind of shot, imagine what she else she could do. We already know she could pass. We already know she could drive through the basket. We already know she could shoot from two states over. But nonetheless, don't make no mistake about it. This young lady is a student of the game. When we talk about, like I talked in the last segment about how high her IQ is, her IQ is very, very high. I mean, you got to really be a student of the game to have an IQ that high because a gift like that don't come along every day. It doesn't, guys. Really does not come along every day. And just to see how this young lady has progressed, how she has evolved from the young girl to now who she is now, and continue to get better and continue to transcend into this women's sports is remarkable. I if I just watch this video, I mean I know she could do it, but just to literally see it from a young age is like it's crazy to me. You know, it's just like it's just one of the most phenomenal things that you could witness as a athlete. You know, to see somebody just like taking logos from deep. But man, it's like I say, man, 22 points in 2 minutes. That's crazy. That is unheard of. I mean, you can see how fast she was running. You know, she get the ball, she pushes up the court, and the guys was just backpedaling slow. And I know they probably thinking in their mind like, oh, she's not gonna make this shot. That's how we as guys think. You know, she's a female. She ain't gonna make no shot. And then they probably seen her make that first one, and they're like, "Oh, she lucky. She ain't gonna be able to do it again. That's just luck." Then guess what? She makes another one. They're like, "Oh, you just lucky. You lucky. You lucky today. It's your day." Then she goes constantly making them. They were like, "Okay, this girl is legit. She for real." Cause them guys, they didn't know what to do with her. You could just see how they like when she got the ball pushing, they was just backpedaling because they thinking she's gonna drive to the basket, and boom, she's pulling up from Canada. This, that's what I'm talking about. That's crazy. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining the video. As always, it's a pleasure. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, Live Watch Sports. And I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment.